Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hop right in. Hey Nikki, my high school is very competitive. I'm in a group of friends where everyone is very studious and smart, but I feel like some of them are constantly trying to one-up me. They always ask me what I got on tests, and I always feel like I need to do better than them or else they will brag. I'm only a freshman and I don't know how I can deal with this for another 4 years. Some of them already talk about colleges and I don't know how I will deal with that. I love my friends to death, but do you have any advice on how I can stop feeling so much pressure to always beat them and to remove myself from the stress? It would mean so much to me if you'd answer this. Thanks. I don't know why I read the end like that. It would mean so much to me. It sounded like I was building myself up. Wasn't like that. I was on auto mode and reading. Anyways, okay, so there's a few things here. The first one is competition, stress, feeling compared to others is something that you're going to have your whole life. If it's not in work, in jobs, at school, then it's just going to transfer over to the other moms in your play group who, oh, my kid's walking, my kid can crawl, oh my gosh, your kid can't, oh, my baby can say this, my baby can say that. Like, it's literally going to be everywhere. And the reason that it is going to be everywhere is because people are going to be everywhere and people get insecure. And from insecurity sprouts this need to try to one-up each other. That's just how it is. It's like, unless you want to go sit in a closet somewhere by yourself, you're going to encounter it everywhere. And it stinks and it sucks, you know. It's not something that I struggle with that much. I can't say I've never done it. I am positive. I know I've done it where I've tried to one-up people. But it's not something that is necessarily in my personality to do all the time. I have plenty of my own other faults. I don't even know what that point was, but it's just different people have different struggles. But I've encountered it a lot. The way that I have tried my best to combat it. Okay, and there's two issues here. The first one is you want to weigh out if this is just like I said, like normal life things that happen because it happens everywhere, or if you really need to get a new group of friends. That's the first thing. But like I said, it's going to be everywhere, and even people you're friends with will do it sometimes if they're feeling insecure. You know, I've had friends and people in my life that I've been close with that have done that to me just because they're feeling bad or they're feeling insecure and they're wanting, it's like they want to show you how well they're doing because they want someone to make them feel good. So the way that I combat it when I'm feeling really badly about myself, I try to take the attention off of myself in making someone else feel better. So like if I know someone has this desire to feel like they need to one-up me, I'll try to beat them to it by making them feel good about themselves, like complimenting them or just making them not feel insecure. I will not really talk about myself that much. I'll try to talk about my accomplishments or, you know, good things that are going on in my life, especially if it has to do with the thing that I know they're insecure about. I'll really try to keep it on the down low because I know they're struggling at that point. And you know, and that's not to say that like, well, what if I want people to celebrate with me? Like, that's good, you know, go to another friend to celebrate with you or learn how to celebrate with yourself or with your family or something like that. But you don't need to put it on, you know, let other people know. Or let the people know that you're friends with who you know struggle with these insecurities. That's the first thing. But the second thing is, like I said, just building them up. And if they do feel the need to say it to you, knowing that it's not coming from a place of like, I want to make them feel like crap. It's coming from a place of, I feel like crap and I want other people to make me feel better. And maybe if I can let them know about my accomplishments, maybe they'll be really inspired and like in awe and I'll feel better. That's where it's coming from. It's, I'd say 98% of the time, it's not coming from a place of, I want to make them feel really bad, if that makes sense. So when you know where it's coming from, that it is coming from a place of like, I feel really bad about myself. Maybe if I tell them, they'll be impressed and I'll feel better. When you realize that, it's easier to just go with the flow and be impressed. Like, you know, and if they're asking you how you did on your grades or what's going on, you can make a joke of it. You know, I have friends that disagree with the whole self-deprecating jokes, which I kind of understand to a certain extent, but sometimes I think there's a place for it, and you know, it's like to each person their own, but you can make a joke about it, or you can just tell them and be like, well, you know, I'll try better next time, but dude, you did awesome, and then turn it back onto them and let them feel good about themselves. Like, you have to remind yourself that your worth doesn't come from them reassuring you anyways. You know, and I know there's different religious beliefs. In my belief, your worth comes from how the Lord sees you, and the Lord sees you as like special and unique, and you are loved. But I know different people have different religious beliefs, but just know like your worth doesn't come from them, and that you have to know who you are and what your worth is, and then be willing to turn around and be like, okay, well, I'm gonna build them up. Like when they tell me those things, I'm gonna go, oh my gosh, that's so exciting, like you did awesome, you know, and build them up. It helps with that feeling. So, but I know it's a hard thing, like that's everywhere in life, and this is good stuff. Like, it's just good practice because it's everywhere unless you're planning on sitting alone in a closet the rest of your life. Everywhere. Like sometimes I think with different things that I'm struggling with, I'll be like, oh, I just want to go do this. Like I want to quit what I'm doing here and go do this. And then I realize, like, what am I talking about? I'm gonna have the same thing over there. Like, problems will follow you everywhere because for the most part, problems and issues, it's dealing with people, and people are everywhere, if that makes sense. So it's good practice. Think of it like that. It's good practice and it's a chance to build your friends up. So yeah, I guess that's it. That was a really long answer. My answers are getting real long, guys. Sorry. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Send your messages to asknikkip@gmail.com and I'll see you later. Bye. And that if it's right, it's going to be easy and romantic the whole time. And I just kind of wanted to talk about the fact that that's not necessarily true. It's something that I think a lot of people struggle with. I struggle with sometimes.